my fucking head.
Why? I'm sorry.
You had no fucking right.
Cate is a character who's as wicked as she is pretty. We all do things and say things we don't mean. Hate to break it to you, but we're all hypocrites. Everyone has skeletons in the closet too. Sometimes these skeletons relate back to the very same thing they ridicule others for. That's what Cate proved throughout this entire episode. Let me explain.
The Big Dipper.
Episode 6 explores Cate dealing with herself. More so dealing with how her friends now perceive her after finding out she was responsible for erasing certain memories from them. It's interesting how at first they're all infuriated with her, and rightfully so, but their anger is cast aside when Cate passes out, since this time she used her powers too much. That's the drawback of entering your friends' minds without their consent, a 7-letter word she knows nothing about. To Cate, no means yes. As a side effect, her abilities aren't as effective, and now her friends' memories are being replayed and bleeding into each other. The first one we see is Andre's. Andre is currently her boyfriend or boy toy, whatever you want to call this situationship. He was one of the people feeling the most betrayed by Cate after finding out she violated his memories. It's kinda ironic that he had so much rage towards her, yet he himself was eating Kate's ass even when she was still together with Luke. The worst part about this is that she didn't even make him do it either. This is all on his own accord. That's why when we see a manifestation of one of Andre's memories, he feels uncomfortable. Luke is sitting there next to his girlfriend, but Andre, well, the only thing he's thinking about is escaping. Everyone else in this memory isn't aware that Andre is tossing Cate around like some salad dressing behind closed doors. So when he decides to get emotional and let out some crocodile tears after being confronted by his best friend, I was like, serves you right, Snake. The funny thing about this interaction is that Jordan is there on his high horse saying things like, "Oh, Andre, how could you do this?" Yet he too has some secrets of his own. Moving on to Jordan. In one of my previous videos I mentioned that I don't like them. To summarize why I don't mess with them, is because they take Machiavellianism to a whole other level. Long story short, he's selfish as hell. When we cut to a memory of his, we see that Jordan actually walked in on Richard standing his ground against Luke. So it turns out that when Luke eventually killed him, it wasn't the first time that these two clashed heads. It just turned out to be the last time. Jordan kept quiet about this entire confrontation between these two because Richard sold them lies and Jordan bought them. Cate did all this just to show that they've all been manipulated in some way, except for Andre. This dude just doesn't know how to keep his third leg in his pants. The takeaway from this episode is that everyone talks too much. The whole he said, she said fad is used as a coping mechanism when you're projecting your own insecurities onto someone else. This episode made me understand why Jordan used to cling on to Richard. He did so thinking it was his one and only shot at gaining glory. On top of Jordan's gender dysphoria, they're clearly delusional about many things. Cate pretty much vindicated herself to a certain extent. Like, yeah, she might have overstepped the line by assaulting her friend's memories, but you have to remember that Shetty gave her false hope. The same way she's trying to make Marie think she has the solution to her problems. At first I didn't really like Cate. I thought she was just this vapid and useless character who was Luke's trophy. But after witnessing her childhood, I kinda feel bad. This friend group has a severe trauma bond that's a little concerning. Like, all these people basically had depressing upbringings. Cate literally once told her brother to go away and never come back. The only positive thing from this episode is that Sam finally got someone else to choke his chicken. This man was in the woods for so long he never got to have a real college experience, if you know what I mean. Guess good things come to those who wait. This man was playing hide the sausage with Emma for so long that he even started hallucinating right there on the spot. Now the real question is, where can I find me a girl like that?